What is going on, lads? It's BillyTheKid here, and I hope you're having a great day, as today's video is the last episode of Battlefield 3 Weapon Overview, the series in which we talk a little bit about the real life weapons of Battlefield 3. Now, in the last episode you lads voted for the Claymore mine, and I have to tell you, in getting the footage for this episode, I had to camp a little bit, just a little bit, in some close quarters games, and I actually used one of my old favorite tactics that myself and Scanner Barkley used in one of our videos where we were taking the piss out of some players. What we were doing was we used some bait tactics. So basically what you do is you set your claymores at a specific area, you sometimes put the ammo box in front of the claymores to disguise them, and then you fire your weapon to make yourself visible on the map. Somebody will see it, the enemy. They will go to investigate, thinking it's an easy kill, and lo and behold, around the corner, bang, the claymores go off. So you will see that in a few little instances in this episode. So if you haven't tried that little tactic, I do welcome you to go and try it. So let's get on with today's episode, and let's talk about the Claymore mine. So the development of the M18 Claymore mine began after the end of the Korean War in the early 1950s. Now, the combat experience of human waves attacks by the Chinese and North Korean soldiers against UN positions in that war led weapons designers to rethink on the principles of landmine development. You see, at the time, most anti-personnel landmines had to be buried under the ground, and when it was set off by an enemy soldier, it usually only wounded or killed that soldier that set it off because of the short range of the explosives used in the mine. So the designers began to think of creating a landmine that could wound or kill dozens of soldiers in open ground. Now, a designer by the name of Norman MacLeod, who worked for the Explosives Research Corporation, began designing a new anti-personnel mine to meet the US Army's demand for a better anti-personnel mine to meet the demands of the battlefield. Now, the Claymore entered service in 1960, and it soon saw combat in Vietnam. Now, they would be placed in front of defensive positions like fire bases or outposts, and they'll be frequently used in ambush missions against the North Vietnamese army and Viet Cong troops that were using jungle trails. So the soldiers would be hiding, they'd know that the VC or the MVA will be coming up that trail, and they place claymores along the trail. And then they would set them off in their ambush with really devastating results. Now, there are several aspects that set the Claymore apart from any other landmine. One was that it was a remote detonated mine. Unlike the other traditional mines where a certain amount of pressure is needed to set it off, like somebody walking over it, the Claymore can be detonated at a specific moment by detonator. It can also be set off by a tripwire if the user needs it. Another aspect is that the Claymore is filled with 700 steel pellets that blast out at a 60-degree angle. It's basically like an overpowered shotgun. It has that shotgun effect. It spreads the pellets over a wide area to cause the maximum damage to the enemy. Now, the Claymore has seen service with many countries around the world ever since the 1960s, and it's likely to continue to do so for a long time to come because it's just very effective at what it does. So lads, that pretty much concludes today's episode of Battlefield 3 Weapon Overview, and it's the last episode. So I hope you lads enjoyed this series, and I hope you lads enjoy it returning for Battlefield 4. I hope to do a lot of Battlefield 4 weapon overviews. I hope you lads will like, comment and subscribe for more. So lads, thanks again for watching. This is BillyTheKid, and I'll see you again, lads. And very quickly, in the description I think you will find a link to the playlist of all the previous episodes of Battlefield 3 Weapon Overview, so in case you missed one, you can go ahead and check it out there. So lads, once again, it's very much appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a great day, and I'll see you again.
Let the